Hari Om. Good evening to all my dear friends and sadhaks. Please come, let's pray together. Namaskar. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Sahana vavatu sahanau bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. O Lord, the Almighty, who has the divine names Sarveshwaraha, Siddhaha and Siddhihi, to such a great Lord, we offer our humble salutations and Sashtanga pranams to seek His grace, His mercy, His blessings, His love, His compassion, His strength, His forgiveness, Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana and Vairagya. We beseech in you, O Lord, to make this knowledge a living reality for each one of us. And at the end of our lives, to bless us that we reach your abode. Om Tat Sat. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Hari Om. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 190, the 2nd of March 2021, Sharvari Nama Samvatsara, Uttarayan, Shishira Rutu, Maghamas, Krishna Paksha, Chaturthi, Chitra Nakshatra, Vriddhi Yoga, Balavakarane. On this auspicious day of Tuesday, and the time of evening. Naham karta hari preranai hari pratyartham. I firmly believe that whatever comes to me in my life is nothing but at the order and behest of the Almighty. I accept it with full honor and gratitude. Om Tat Sat. Hari Om, good evening and namaskar to all of you once again, especially to the ones who have just come in. Okay. Now, Jagat Guru, in his very unique song Bhaja Govindam, we reach another milestone, which is now today we are going to take up verse 20. As you see, up to the first nine shlokas, he spoke about dharma, artha, kama, moksha, and then in the 10th verse, in the first 9 he only spoke about dharma, artha and kama, and in the 10th verse he spoke about moksha. That was just an interval in between. He talks about moksha. The highest yearning or wish or any goal one human can have in life is self-realization. And he straight draws our attention towards moksha here. In the 10th verse, if you see, Vayasigate kaha kama vikaraha, shushke nire kaha kasaraha, kshine vitte kaha parivaro, Jnate tatve kaha samsaraha. He has given beautiful metaphors there. He says when you don't have that age and vigor in you, where is the question of you having an intention towards sexual attraction? You have no more age on your side. Shushke nire kaha kasaraha. When there is no water, how can you call that a lake? It's no more a lake. It is just a big pit on this earth. Kshine vitte kaha parivara. When you are flourishing, you will have so many people around you. Your relatives, and so many other people who are always there at your service, beck and call, because money is overflowing at your end. But when all your money has dried up, you will see that all these people who were around you, they will gradually run away and you will have nobody on your side. In the same way, Jnate Tatve, he says, when you have realized this supreme truth, to such a person where there is samsara. Samsara means this ocean of birth and death. Again birth and again death. Again birth, again death. That is known as samsara. He says, to a person of realization, this is not there. The samsara is not there for you. You are released from the shackles of births and deaths. And you become one with the Lord, staying in his heavenly abode. So now in the 20th verse, he once again revisits this part of moksha. Let's see what he has to say over here. So the 20th verse goes as follows. Bhagavad Gita Kinchidadita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Sakridapiyena Murari samarcha sakrudapiyena. Murari samarcha kriyate tasyaya menana charcha. Kriyate tasyaya menana charcha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. See the direct meaning of this particular shloka. The one who has studied Bhagavad Gita, even a little, Kinchida Gita, little Gita he has studied. The one who has sipped at least a drop of the Ganges water. And the one who has worshipped Lord Murari even once. To such a soul or to such a person, he need not quarrel with the Lord of Death, that is Yama. He did not quarrel with him, which means he is not going to go like the other ordinary human beings or the other ordinary jivas who are taken away by Lord Yama to the Yamalok, and then the evaluation starts over there, and then they are decided which particular hell they have to go or which particular life they have to take again. Here it means a person who has done all this, he straight goes to heaven by a chartered flight to the abode of the Lord. Now, it may appear a little shocking to us. What is this? I know Bhagavad Gita a little bit, and if I had a sip of Ganges water, and if I have once taken the name of Lord Murari, you mean to say then I can cross over this such a horrendous state? Now, let's understand the inner meaning of this. So, here what point Jagadguru Adi Shankaracharya is trying to make before us is, in life, one should focus only on the Siddhanta, that is the knowledge. He should not only focus on the Siddhant, but more on the Samaj. Now here Siddhant and Samaj is trying to take. He's saying in terms of implementation. You may have studied volumes and volumes of book, but you have not implemented even a little bit. That has got no value. So what he exactly tries to say over here is, you might be knowing the entire Gita. Maybe you must have been reading the entire Gita up and down every day. You might have by-hearted so many shlok, but the essence of the Gita, the teachings of the Gita, that Siddhant, what you have learned, if it is not bought by way of samaj, meaning in terms of implementation in your practical life, it has got no meaning. This point is trying to drive over here. In front of Swami Chinmayananda, Gurudev, one lady comes up and she is emphatically, she tells Gurudev, Gurudev, I have gone through the Gita 18 times, all 18 chapters, 18 times I have gone through it. Now, Gurudev asks her, Amma, how many times has Gita gone through you? So this is exactly what is told to us. Has Gita gone through you? You might have gone through. There is no meaning in you going through. Gita has to go through you. Which means, have you implemented anything? Or how much have you implemented what is taught to you? See, there's one real incident which a Swamiji told me. A specialist on the Brahma Sutras. This must have happened about 12 or 15 years ago. He comes from Chennai, and during that time he was about 80 years or so in age. And this class was for about 1.5 hours. And this 80-year-old gentleman, he comes and he talks about the Brahma Sutras at length, without referring to a book, even a single time. Now, everybody, Brahma Sutras are like highly puzzling. Each and every word can go sometimes in 3 or 4 sentences of a normal size. He was so emphatically telling this Brahma Sutras and explaining about the sutras. This Swamiji told me that he went to this gentleman, the Acharya, and after he did pranams to him, he asked him, Acharya, if you don't mind, can I ask you one question? This is the highest knowledge, and if you can talk about this knowledge with so much of authority, can I take it for granted that you have self-realized already? Now see the answer what this Acharya, the senior Acharya gives. He says, I want to tell you the truth, my child. I have got not a slightest inkling of self-realization. My whole life has been so busy traveling from one place to another and giving lectures on the Brahma Sutra. I have never tried to sit and meditate or do jap, cleanse my mind and soak this knowledge deep within. I have never attempted on that. I have been only delivering, and I have told this more than 1,000 times. So it is by heart for me. I don't have to refer any book. Now, this is a very striking point for us, all of us. Knowing it, knowing this subject and having knowledge doesn't make complete sense. What you need to do is you need to start implementing it in your life. I'll tell you one beautiful story which can further illustrate this much better. Now we all know about Mahabharata, where the Kauravas and the Pandavas, now they are in their boyhood. Dronacharya is the appointed guru, Acharya for them, and both the Kauravas and Pandavas, they go to the ashram of Dronacharya. Now, when Dronacharya met Yudhishthira for the first time, he formed an opinion that Yudhishthira is the best student, most intelligent student I can see in this whole lot of 105 people, 105 students. And then he started his lessons. This was just a perception he had in his mind. Now, he started his lessons, and the first day he spoke about Satya. And then second day he took up various other subjects. Third day, fourth day. Now likewise, he's going on teaching, and it's almost about the 10th day. But this Yudhishthira is stuck only in that first lesson, Satya. Now Dronacharya said, what a misconception I had. I thought that Yudhishthira is the most intelligent student. Now everybody has understood the subject and they have started moving ahead, but this person is still stuck in that first lesson. He calls him and he asks him, Yudhishthira, what is this? Then Yudhishthira replies, Acharya, Unless and until I am able to imbibe this particular lesson in my life personally, I don't want to focus on further studies. I want to get this straight. I want to digest it and practice it. Now, Dronacharya was shocked to listen to this. He said, yes, what is greater than Satya? The very description of the supreme reality is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma by the Taittiriya Upanishad. The very first word of the supreme reality is Satya, that is truth. Second comes knowledge, and third comes his infinite attributes. So without truth there is nothing else. So he was convinced. Now later what happened? When the Mahabharata war was over and 36 years after the war, now it is like they all start moving, the Pandavas start moving towards their last journey, Swargarohan. And there on the way, one by one, they start dropping down. Nakul, Sahadev, Arjuna, Bhima, only Yudhishthir, and he had one faithful dog. They reach the heaven gates. Now, the gatekeeper welcomes Yudhishthir. He says, "Sir, we were waiting for you." And he opens the doors. So Yudhishthir starts moving inside with the dog. The gatekeeper says, "Sir, dogs are not allowed in heaven. Please keep him out." Now Yudhishthir said, "He has been extremely faithful to me, and I have committed to this dog to the extent of faith what he has restored in me. I have always said, yes, I am with you." And the gatekeeper doesn't listen to this. He says, "No, sir, dogs are not allowed." Then he says, "Okay, if dogs are not allowed, then I'll go back. You can close the doors." And the gatekeeper says, "Fine." And Yudhishthira turns back with the dog, is moving away, and then he sees that all the devatas in the sky, they start showering flowers on Yudhishthira. And then the dog suddenly changed its form, and that was Lord Vishnu who was testing him. This is that first lesson, Satya, what Yudhishthira had learnt in his very first day of schooling. So what here they are trying to say is, anything you learn, take the key points and start inculcating in your life, without which you will reach nowhere. And why Bhagavad Gita is given so much importance over here? They could have quoted some other Upanishad or even the Brahma Sutras or something else, isn't it? But they spoke about Bhagavad Gita. The reason is, Vedavyasji in Mahabharata, he says, "Gita su Gita kartavya, kim shastra vistarayaha, yas swayam padmanabhasya, mukha padmad vinishritaha." Meaning, he says, this Bhagavad Gita is told personally by the Supreme Lord Almighty Padmanabha himself. With his own mouth he has uttered Bhagavad Gita. He has not read any Vedic literature, or in a deep state of meditation he has written down, like as many Upanishads are written by the Rishis and the saints. It is he himself has told with his divine mouth. And human knowledge is restricted to the level of our human senses. We all know that. But when the knowledge of divine, which is beyond the senses, that one Supreme Lord, who is again beyond senses only, and only He can give us that supreme knowledge. That is the reason Bhagavad Gita is given that utmost importance. If you want to reach that supreme, we are all born with ignorance. Now by the grace of the Lord, we are getting jnana. We need, what is the opposite of ignorance? Is knowledge. So we have started getting this knowledge. And this Bhagavad Gita comes in a complete package. The chapter 1 to 6 talk about Karma Shatakam, which talks about Tvam, which is you. And 7 to 12 talk about Bhakti Shatakam. Shatakam means 6. These are all 18 divided by 3, 6 batches, batch of 6. 7 to 12 is Bhakti Shatakam, that is Tat. Tat means that. And 13 to 18 is Jnana Shatakam, which is Asi. So the Mahavakya Tattvamasi is very well shown over here. Tvam Tat Asi meaning you that are. You are that. You are that meaning what is the enlivening force within you. Your true nature is that. You are not this jiva. There is one and one source of energy, and that is that supreme energy alone. By mistake, you have understood yourself to be the jiva. And especially in the Jnana Shatakam 13 to 18, all these chapters, they clearly talk about Vibhajana, like 13th chapter, Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhajana Yogam. Then the 14th chapter, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. 16th chapter, Daivasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga. 17th is Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So here they are clearly talking about the real and the non-real, the dharma and the adharma, satyam and asatyam, and the kshetra and kshetragna, meaning what is the difference between you as a jiva and the Paramatma. Understand this clearly. And incidentally, after this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to start with we are going to go into this 13 to 18 Jnana Shatakam. That is the Tattvamasi, what I just now told you. Kshetra Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga. We are going to start there, that particular chapter of Bhagavad Gita. As now we have got a decent knowledge we started with chapter 1, and here and there we took all the important chapters up to 12 Bhakti Yoga. Now we will start on to Jnana, because we have got the idea of karma, we have got the idea of bhakti, and we have also got the idea, we have got what is dispassion. Because without dispassion, you can't understand this. You can't relish a meal unless you are hungry, isn't it? You can't enjoy the glass of water unless and until you are thirsty. So unless and until we have that dispassion in life, you will not understand jnana. So after having acquired ample quantity of dispassion now through the Bhaja Govindam, we have another 11 verses to go after 20. And then we get into the Jnana Shatakam. So here, even if one gets a little bit of this Bhagavad Gita in the true essence, and if you start practicing it, you will start progressing. And see here, everywhere he uses this word kinjita. Bhagavad Gita kinchita dita. Ganga jalava kanika. Kanika means one drop. And sakrudapiyena murari samarcha. So if you take what is the deeper meaning behind over here. Kinjida, little, little. Understand Gita a little. Take that one drop of ganga water. See here, you must have seen small children. They don't want to eat, they only want to play. Now the mother knows that this child has been playing continuously, it needs some food. And mother also knows that the child is hungry. But the child is refusing to eat. Now the mother with that plate, she goes behind the child and says, Beta, one morsel. And you play. No problem. I'll keep running around with you. And he puts that one morsel in the mouth of the child. And now the child is, as far as it is not disturbed from playing, it is okay. And it chews that. And then the mother again goes and says, take one more. One more. I will not ask you after this. And now the child, it stares at the mother. It has the second morsel. And it is playing, running around. Likewise, one morsel the mother is trying to feed, telling some story or the other. Then suddenly she'll show the moon, or she'll show some dog, or she'll show a crow or a sparrow, and she slowly keeps giving one morsel. And eventually there are about 4 or 5 morsels left. Then she plays another clever trick. She says, these 5 morsels which are there in the plate, this is your younger sister, this is your papa, this is me. And that way it slowly says, so we are here, now you have to take this. And finally she finishes her job. Here in the same way, what Jagadguru is telling is, understand a little. Little by little. He says, no, you have to study all the entire 18 chapters of Gita to the best extent possible and practice everything at one go. Then I think everybody will say, no, this is not my cup of tea, and they will never even try to attempt it. So as he is attracting real sadhaks, come. I'm not going to put pressure on you. Like as you've seen children after coming back from school, they want to watch their favorite serial. Now the mother says, look, I will allow you to watch the TV for say 10 or 15 minutes. And then before that you have to do this homework. And then I will allow you. And then after that you can go to play also. And she'll call the child and she'll say, first let's finish all this homework. And you play, you see TV, I will allow you for that. So likewise, this is the same technique Jagadguru is using on us, trying to say that do little by little. And the meaning of samarcha is samyak archa. Samarcha, where did he say? Sakrudapiyena murari samarcha. Samyak archa means steadily worship. You don't have to sit and worship for hours together. No. Do for 5 minutes. Do for 10 minutes. But maintain that steadiness. Keep growing on it. Next day you increase it. Next month you further increase it. And as you start doing this, you will get a hang of it. You will enjoy what is happening, and you yourself will be on this path. Nobody else has to pull you towards this. You will start enjoying it. Anyada sharanam nasti tvamev sharanam mama tasmat karunya bhavena raksha janardanaha raksha shiva shambho. O Paramatma, Maya is pulling me towards this world. This kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, raga, dvesha, bhaya, all this is pulling and destroying me. I don't have the strength to fight all this. Only you can do this for me. I have no other way. This is the kind of samarcha. That to that Murari you pray with this kind of a conviction and feeling. Not just by saying something, feel it. Unless and until you add feeling to any thought or action, there is no emotion over there. Bhakti comes when it is mixed with feeling. So this samyak archana, this is important. Remove that I factor. I am doing this. I achieved so much. I got so much. Remove all that. Just be established. Oh Lord, you are doing this through this body and mind. We discussed this technique the other day. Even when I say Krishna Arpanamastu, meaning I am trying to say that I am Arpanamastu, I am giving it. I am offering it to you. Even there, that I factor is there. To get rid of that, okay, in the first level, first stage, that is fine. But you should grow up. Say, oh Lord, this body and mind, created by Purusha and Prakriti, which is you and you alone. You are enlivening it. You are taking care of it. You are giving it food, water, digesting it, creating energy. You are giving thoughts. You are taking care of this body and mind, not second by second, but even fraction of a second by fraction of a second. What is that I am doing over here? I don't have control on anything, but still I feel that I am doing everything. I am not doing anything, O Lord. You are the Avyakta. Avyakta, where you are present everywhere. You are not in a particular object or in a person. Nirguna and Saguna. You are a Nirguna person. Now you come into me. You are there in me. Now you run this body the way you want, for whatever you want. I am not there at all. So when you do with this particular bhava, then that is a much higher level. Here you are again still saying, and thereafter there is no saying at all. You become one. That is the next level. We'll go to that. And why should we have such a kind of a understanding or an affinity with this Lord? You see for yourself. Right from the morning one gets up. You cook at home. You take care of the child. You bathe the child. You drop it to the school. Then you give food to children and the husband or the brother, whoever is going for work. And who all have gone for work, they work and bring money home. Now you have taken care of your in-laws being at home. You massage their feet. You give them medicines from time to time. Now out of all what you're doing on a daily basis, your entire activities, be it for the family or for others, only some return you, some thank you, and some don't even acknowledge it. But whatever you do for the Lord, you do a nama japa, or you do a dhyana, or you do a bit of puja. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. If you have patra, offer a leaf, I'm happy with it. Offer a flower, I'm happy with it. Patram pushpam. Phalam, if you have a fruit, offer that. I'm still happy with it. And if you don't have all these three, toyam, offer a few drops of water. Even that is enough for me. That's all what the Lord is asking. He is asking, give me that bhakti, that love you have got towards me. I want to experience that from you. I don't want anything great on the materialistic front. But what happens in the real world? You have taken so much pains and you cook a breakfast and the family tells you, what is this? Again and again you make the same poha or you make the same upma or you buy a dress for your children and they say, what is this mommy? What is this daddy? What kind of design you bought? And what brand is this? The world is always going to put names to whatever you have done. So here, one message we can get is, keep doing whatever best you can to the world, but don't expect anything from the world the way you want. They are not going to give you the way you want. But Lord, He does not expect anything from you excepting for your love. Sakradapiyena murari samarcha. Steadily you keep loving Him. He doesn't want anything else. So can we get a better friend, or you call him as a family or a colleague? You can't get anybody better than God. So knowing the world very well, shift your focus towards the Lord and be in His complete grace. In chapter 7 verse 10, Bijam mam sarva bhutanam vidhi parthasam sanatanam, he says, I am the seed for this jiva, meaning I am the adhara, foundation for this jiva. And everything what is happening in this jiva, second to second, is because of me. Tragedy is that this jiva doesn't realize or understand that I am there in you. So realize this. This is self-realization, nothing beyond this. Understand this truth. The Upanishads say, Paranchikani vetirinat swayambhuhu tasmat param pashyati antaratman. The one who realizes that I am the sole doer of everything in that person. That I meaning that big I, which is that Supreme Lord, is the sole doer of everything being in that person, and not his wife or his husband or his siblings or his parents or his children or his relatives. He is the one who has truly understood me in his life. Me is again the Supreme Almighty. He is telling this. This is what you need to realize. Otherwise, what? If somebody gives you a wristwatch, oh, you praise that person so much, you thank that person so much for that beautiful watch that person has bought for you. It could be anybody, your brother, your sister, your wife, your husband, your friend, your children, your relative, whoever it may be. You praise that person so much. But have you ever praised that Lord who gave you this beautiful hand? This is that shift what one needs to bring in life. Sakrata api yena murari samarcha. And let's look at this, the drop of ganga, what we're talking, one drop of ganga water. It's not just going and drinking that one drop of ganga water. What he means over here is, he says, this is in the olden days perspective. Like today, if you want to reach the Ganges river, probably you start in the morning, by afternoon or so you're there. You have flights, you have cars, and you're there. But in the olden days, it used to take months. Especially for people who were in the south, they had to walk, and it was to take months and months. So now if you have decided that you want to go and have a dip in that Ganga water and take a sip after bathing as a achamanam, if you wanted to do that, you had to travel for several months. He says, while you are traveling, now realize God. Do your manashuddhi in the entire travel by doing tapas, dana, vrata, mauna, seva, and do that complete shuddhikaran. So this is how he is trying to explain. Be it the Bhagavad Gita or be it that one drop of Ganga water, the process which goes through in achieving that. And Sakradapi Yena Murari Samarcha. Samarcha, slowly, steadily grow up. Increase your tapas. Increase your dhyana, your chanting, japa, your puja, dhyana, whatever you can, slowly keep increasing it and start getting closer and closer to the Lord. Because other than the Lord, nobody else on this earth, however close they are to you, they can't be as close as what God can come to you. Because eventually at the end of their journey, nobody is going to accompany you. You may have not 10, 100,000, 10,000, 1 lakh people for you, but not a single person can come along with you. But if you have been associated with the Lord, He will come completely with you. He will take you to His abode. This Murari, who is this Govinda? Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govihi Vedanta Vaikharihi Vindate Labhyate Yaha Saha Govindaha. That person who is shining in everyone's heart, enlivening every jiva, here, there, always, that consciousness is Govinda. Understand that. And what should your desire now be to become one with this Lord? What should be the intensity? The intensity should be like a burning desire. If somebody has pushed your head into the water, you are putting all your strength to come out of water and take that one breath of air. But somehow that person is holding your head strong underwater. What is that intensity for taking that one breath? That should be the intensity of we wanting to reach the Lord in this life, here and now. Not that, okay, I still have time, after 5 years I will intensify my sadhana, or after my daughter gets married, or after my son settles down, or after I retire. No. If this thought has come to you, that means it's an awakening call. Catch hold of it. Now let's say you're going to take a flight and you're already late. And as you're started moving, you're seeing that there is a traffic jam and it's further getting delayed. Now you're seeing the Google map and you're seeing the time and the check-in time 45 minutes before. You have to be there, otherwise the booking counters are closed. Now at that point, will you ever care to listen to a beautiful song and keep looking at the hoardings or keep looking at the windows of various showrooms and then check which dress is good, what bag is good, what to buy, what movie to see? Will your thoughts go there? Your thought is completely focused on reaching the airport on time. You are constantly on the driver's shoulder. You are reminding him again and again, go fast, take a left here, why are you waiting? And you will start all that nonsense. Because you have that yearning to reach the airport. In the same way, we should have that burning desire. Without that single moment, loss of that attention, as we move ahead, in the same way, we as a jiva have to strive with that sincerity, dedication and dexterity. Then only we can reach it. Bhagavad Gita kinchidadita ganga jalalava kanika pita sakradapi yena murari samarcha kriyate tasyaram yamena charcha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. So beautifully he has conveyed this to us. Come, we'll stop here on Bhaja Govindam and now we'll go to Vishnu Sahasranama. Sorry. So today we are going to see the meaning of the divine names 96, 97, 98. Sarveshwaraha, God of all gods, or the supreme controller of all. In a sense, it means the Almighty, the All-Powerful. He is the Lord of all, as even the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says. By this, being the Lord of Lords, he gets the name as Sarveshwaraha. 97. Siddhaha, one who has achieved all that has to be achieved. As he himself is the final goal for all, or the term we can also use, the most famous, Prasiddhaha. So with these qualities, he is called as Siddhaha. And the 98th, Siddhihi, he who is available for recognition everywhere at all points, since his true nature is pure consciousness. If you look in your own self, you always feel his presence. He is again Siddhi, means the fruit of action. And in the context here, this would mean he who gives the infinite fruit of Kaivalya, that is moksha, liberation. All other karmas can acquire for us only relative joys of the heavens. But in realizing this self, the seeker gains an infinite state from which there is no return. Which even the Bhagavad Gita talks about this, chapter 15 in Shlok 6. Yadgatvana nivartante tadhama paramam mama. This is the highest state. One who has got Kaivalya, moksha, liberation, reaches the Lord from where there is no return. However, if one, because of his good amount of punya, goes to a heaven, after exhaustion or completion of that punya, he is again thrown back into the mortal worlds. So aim for the highest. And since he is the person who gives this highest nature to the bhaktas and sadhakas, he gets this name as Siddhihi. So to such a Lord, Sarveshwaraha, Siddhaha and Siddhihi, we offer our Sashtanga pranams. Now we recite Dhanvantri mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutagalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahasudarshanaya Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrutagalashahastaya Sarvabhaya Vinashaya Sarvaroga Nivaranaya Trailokyapataye Trailokyanidhaye Shri Mahavishnu Swarupa Shri Dhanvantari Swarupa Shri 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 Aushadha Chakra Narayanaya Swaha. ॐ नमो भगवते महासुदर्शनाय वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरये अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वभयविनाशाय सर्वरोगनिवारणाय त्रैलोक्यपतये त्रैलोक्यनिधये श्रीमहाविष्णुस्वरूप श्रीधन्वन्तरी स्वरूप श्री 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 औषधचक्रनारायणाय स्वाहा. To the Lord of Health, Lord Dhanvantari, we offer our humble salutations. Okay, now let's do our meditation. Sakshatkara Siddhi Yoga Dhyana. All of you, please be comfortably seated wherever you all are. Adjust that part of your body which is not comfortable. Relax it a bit. Head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Your eyes gently closed. Keep a smile on your face. Relax your forehead, face, neck, and shoulders, especially. Now let's take a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale as deep as you can. This is the moment where we are being connected with that supreme power, that Almighty. Please get the hang of this. So we'll be doing stage 1, and post that stage 2 and 3 are merged in only the Soham meditation, and stage 4 will be the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Antarika Drishanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Internal with thought meditation by observation. Now in this relaxed state of mind, become a witness and observe your mind. Keep observing the thoughts that cross your mind without being judgmental. Observe the thoughts coming in and going away. An undisturbed, serene mind. Moving to the next level, Antarika Shabdanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi, internal thought-based meditation with sound. So here the mantra we use is Soham, and the meaning is I am that. Tattvamasi, the same meaning. What you have thought yourself to be as you is an illusion. It is the Lord and Lord alone, so that you and that Lord within are one and the same. Give up this false identity of you as a jiva. Continue repeating this mantra. As you breathe in, mentally chant so, and as you breathe out, mentally chant hum. The Jnana Shakti and the Kriya Shakti, they become one. And you are in that perfect state of being in the moment. Being in the present. Now the mind has completely dropped down. You are already in that awareness, that supreme consciousness. Having given up all the false identifications of the body, mind, jivatva, you are established in this divine consciousness. Now slowly dive down into the Antarika Nirvikalpa Samadhi, internal, no thought meditation. Having dropped your mind, being completely situated in that awareness. Being that awareness. So bring your attention to the tip of your nose and keep observing the breath going in and coming out. Become aware of your body, your mind. Become aware of where you are seated and the surroundings. Rub your palms and slowly place them on your face and eyes. Feel the warmth. Gently and lovingly open your eyes. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Together we offer today's Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord to seek His grace, mercy and blessings. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat. A very pleasant evening to all of you. Till we meet on Friday next. Keep doing your Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana and Sadhana. Thank you one and all for being a part of this wonderful journey. Hari Om. Namaskar.